Welcome back guys. Today we are going to cover what you can do if you have a leaking compression fitting like this. Such an easy fix, anybody can do it. So what is a compression fitting? You've got a nut and olive which fit on there, the pipe goes in as far as it can go, push, tighten it up with some grips and a spanner and it creates a watertight seal. That's it. That's all a compression fitting is. So what can you do if you have a leak? First things first guys, first thing I always try and do is nip them up with a pair of grips and an adjustable spanner. So what you want to do is get your grips, pop it onto the middle bit like so. As you can see, just fits on nicely in the middle, not catching any of the nuts. Get your adjustable grips and just give them a little nip up. That normally does the job. However, sometimes that's not always the case. For any sort of reason that does not work, what you will have to do is drain the system. Whatever system it's on, cold, hot water, central heating system, whatever it is, drain the system down thoroughly and make sure it's drained. Then you'll have to strip the fitting. So once you're all happy, system's empty, you strip the fitting by just undoing the nut and olive. First thing I do, always, is use jointing compound. Basically, I use JetBlue Plus. There's many different ones out there, but I have used this since my mentor used it. So I've always used this. You can use it on gas fittings and any potable water fittings. That's the main reason, it's simplicity. All it is mixed resins really. So suitable for gas installation pipework as a Class A and Class B threaded sealant. It's approved for the use on hot and cold potable water systems. Gives you its working temperatures and it's of course non-toxic. So what you would do is get out your compound and you would have your nut and olive like so. You would basically run the jointing compound around the nut and olive like this. Very easy, very simple guys. Once you're happy, all you need to do is pop it back into the fitting like so and do it up and nip it up with your adjustable spanner and grips, just like you normally would. So if that doesn't work, which normally it will do the job, you will have to use some PTFE tape, okay, some plumbing tape. Now there's a knack to using this stuff. What you need to do is wind it in the same direction as your nut winds on. So you want it winding that way. So what we need to do is reverse this, like so. So we are going to be going on in this direction. So once we've covered the olive and we're happy, just for demonstration purposes. So once it's all covered and we're all happy, we're going to pop it into the fitting like so. Bearing in mind this is in the same direction as the thread is winding, so it's winding that way. Once we're all nice and tight like so, we will then tighten that up with our spanners and grip as we would normally would. And I have never ever had a leak after that. If you do still have a leak, what do? Tell you what we do. We strip it down. We take all this apart and we change either the fitting or the olive. So Danny, how do I change the olive? Well, I'll tell you how we change the olive. What we do is we strip it back like that. So let's say you can't afford to change the fitting, you can't afford to, for any sort of reason. What you'll have to do is using a junior hacksaw, which is always the best way, cut in a diagonal direction straight across the olive. Bearing in mind you cannot score the pipework. Very, very gently. With a flathead screwdriver, you're going to prise the olive apart slowly. That's only if you haven't got an olive remover, which I'm too tight to buy one. But if that's the case, you may as well change the fitting, if I'm being honest. Change everything. Rip it out, start again. That's my always score, if you can. Again, you might not be able to. This is an awkward position, guys. I'm trying to do it so you can see where I'm cutting. As you can see, I've got the nut and olive like this. And we're going to cut in a diagonal motion, like so. I know the camera's wobbling, I can't do anything about it, guys. So you have to bear with me. Keep checking on your progress as you go. Because obviously you don't want to score the pipe. That's the last thing you want to do. As you can see, look, we're slowly getting there. I think That's it. So there we go guys, it's off. You see where I've prized it. And then all you're going to do is pop a new olive back on and reseal the fitting. Bang, job done. So what can happen is you can have slight rippling on the pipe, whereas this pipe seems to be okay. Say if it's been over tightened or tightened up before, it can go extremely tight and ripple or bend the pipework. So you may still end up taking the pipework out and fitting or repairing it elsewhere. What you may be able to do, an alternative, is slacken it all off, take it all off, whilst the olive is still on, get your grips like so, gently grip and wiggle the olive off the pipework. That does work sometimes. Every plumber, everybody has their own way of doing things. So don't be afraid to leave me a comment down below if you think I could have done something better, something different. I have been doing it, I don't know, 12 years or something, but don't be afraid to let me know what you think. So, there we go guys, that's all there is to it. I mean, there's multiple ways of doing it. I've just given you about 4 or 5. So make sure you give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for joining me guys, see you soon.